Good day, everybody. I hope everybody's had a wonderful day. Can't say that I have. I have, generally speaking, but this news is just, it's almost like, when you think we can't sink any lower, the bottom falls out and we fall another couple of floors. So you see the title of today's episode, and I'm going to try my best. To not go completely off the rails here, not go completely hog wild here. But, okay, in the news today, John Cena, most of you know that name, a very accomplished WWE wrestler, superstar, and he apologized to China in Mandarin, for those extra suck dick points, to really, really bend over and spread those cheeks, right? He apologized to them in Mandarin for referring to Taiwan as a country, which it fucking is. And my question for you all is very simple. It's a very simple one, right? And please don't take this, because I understand I'm probably preaching to the choir here. If you follow me, you're probably of like-mindedness. But my question is very simple. And perhaps you can put this question towards, some of your friends who are uninitiated, if you still maintain contact with these people. I treat them like Neo treated real people in the Matrix. They're dangerous because they're not on our side. But to each his own. Anyhow, I have a serious question. When you have American citizens, people who live in this country and are currently in this country, they're not abroad, they're actually in this country. When you have American citizens, American corporations, and the like, apologizing directly to a dictator in China, because that's who you're apologizing to. You're not apologizing to China. That's how they say it. Oh, I'm apologizing to China. No. You're apologizing to that Xi Jinping. All fucking 5'3" of them. You're apologizing to that little fucking fat-faced motherfucker. When we have people apologizing directly to China, who are American citizens, American businesses, right? Apologizing for calling Taiwan a country, which it fucking is. Apologizing for calling the CNN improved moniker COVID-19, the Wuhan flu, or the China virus, which it fucking is. And now, I hope you've... So a lot of these media outlets that, called people like us conspiracy theorists for being ahead of the curve, you weren't supposed to know that yet. How dare you? Calling people like us conspiracy theorists, and they've actually come back around and said, oh, well, actually, there's a lot of evidence that proves it came from Wuhan. Go figure. I said this before. You can, more than ever, you can trust conservative media, especially if it comes from YouTube, Twitter, or Facebook. Why? Because in the leftists' zeal to create an echo chamber, which they often accuse the right of being, in their zeal to do this, they've banned anyone who couldn't back up what they were saying. So inadvertently, they've distilled the conservative news product, meaning they have purified it. You can trust it, because if it were false, they'd be banned. And now they're banning people who aren't even false, like Steven Crowder. So you can trust conservative news coming from, again, social media more than you probably ever could at any point in time in history. Thanks to the lefties. And I've made this analogy before. The lefties really are like fucking Wile E. Coyote. because they always come up with this overly ingenious, these terribly clever ideas and machinations and ways to get people. And with the exception of this past election, they all seem to backfire right in their fucking face, just like Wile E. Coyote, getting snared by their own fucking traps. But all of that aside, when you have American citizens apologizing for calling Taiwan a country, which it fucking is, apologizing for using the phrase China virus, which it fucking is, and they're admitting this now, or Wuhan flu if you prefer, First Amendment, which it fucking came from, or Daryl Morley, the guy, I think he was a GM with the Houston Rockets, who posted a tweet in favor of Taiwan, apologizing for that. And I think he faced some kind of disciplinary action for that. When you have NBA Shop banning you from putting Taiwan on a jersey that's fully customizable. And when you have steroid soy boy bitch ass John Cena apologizing in Mandarin to China for referring to Taiwan as a country. Like that, I know I've said that a lot, but that really, really irks me. So you got all these people apologizing for all these things, right? My question to you, who the fuck is in charge? Who's in charge? When you have people apologizing for bringing up the Uyghur genocide, which is actually happening. The experimentation, the organ harvesting. Who the fuck is in charge? When you have people questioning the World Health Organization when we find out that it's in China's pocket. So when the World fucking Health Organization is in China's pocket, and basically parroting whatever horseshit propaganda they put out. When CNN is peddling whatever horseshit propaganda China puts out. When social media, like this video might get flagged, when social media is taking down videos for talking on China, who the fuck is in charge? And this is why, you know what? A war may not even be necessary. Because those fucking, whoo boy, those Democrats, you know, I could see them doing this. Oh, well, you know, we don't want to go to war with China because we'd rather our military just be, you know, some kind of decorative ornament for how woke we are. And we'll probably get killed and we'll probably lose a lot of money. And it's not so much we're worried about, you know, middle class to lower class males dying in combat. No. There's plenty of them. We're worried about our businesses being interrupted. We have such a beneficial relationship. I mean, after all, you're in bed with half of the people in fucking Congress, including fuck-ass Mitch McConnell. Which is why I don't fuck with the Republicans either. Controlled opposition, a bunch of fucking do-nothings. But you have all of these things happening. And you have CNN peddling their propaganda. And you have social media actively banning people. And then you find out Zuckerberg's married to some Chinese broad who's somehow connected to the fam. And we're all supposed to believe, but we're all conspiracy theorists. But see, that's the thing. Just because you're a conspiracy theorist, quote unquote, that doesn't mean you're wrong. Just because you're paranoid doesn't mean you're wrong. But there's a negative connotation or stigma attached to those words and phrases, as to immediately discredit you before the merits of your argument can be heard. So just because you're a conspiracy theorist, that doesn't mean you're crazy. Now, there are some crazy conspiracy theorists, absolutely. But that exists on both sides. I mean, what do you call this notion that the earth is going to end in a few years unless we kill all the cows? That sounds like a pretty crazy conspiracy theorist. And then when you look at the person who brokers these ideas, AOC, a person who doesn't even have control over the gestures of their face, seemingly. I mean, this woman is some flavor of retarded. We just don't know what it is. But when you have all of these things, who's in charge? So I could see the Democrats saying, okay, well, we don't want all this to happen. How about this? How about this? How about this? You only, like, we need to create a pandemic, right? So we can shut all of our businesses down. Meanwhile, we'll still be doing business with you. You'll stay open. China's GDP went up during the pandemic. Ours went down. So when you have all of these things and these people, is it crazy to think that? Oh, okay, so we'll shut the businesses down, okay? And it'll just be a peaceful transfer of power. Let's not go to war. We'll just give it to you. We'll just give it to you. No. We don't need to fight. You guys want to be in charge? You can have it. You know, kind of how they're trying to convince men to do the same thing with women. And it's all coming from the same sewer. The liberal mind, which is why I hold Biden voters in such low regard. I hold them somewhere in the realm of slightly above domestic terrorist, slightly above it. Because all of this was 100% transparent. All of this was 100% avoidable. But Orange Man bad, right? So when you have these motherfuckers, and I get a lot of messages from people like this, and I tend to delete them without responding. Because like I said, I avoid these people. I have nothing to say to them. There's nothing to be said anymore as far as I'm concerned. You read between the lines. But when you have these motherfuckers saying, oh man, if I would have known. If you would have known, you'd have done the same fucking thing. You know why? Because you were in your feelings, much like I am now. You were in your feelings about Donald Trump. Because he's a racist. He's a white supremacist. Do you denounce white supremacy? How many fucking times has that man had to denounce white supremacy? But let me ask you this. Has Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Nancy Pelosi, that ugly redhead ginger bitch that delivers all the bad news, Mrs. Circle Back Youngin. Ooh, ooh. Circle back. Ooh, ooh. Rachel Maddow. Don Lemon. Or any of these other fucking pieces of shit. Have any of them denounced Richard Spencer? You know, the infamous white supremacist who was purportedly on Donald Trump's side, but then he tweeted his full support of the Democrats, calling them the adults in the room. Or something to that effect. That's not a direct quote, so don't quote me on that. But he unequivocally threw his support behind the Democrats. Have any of them come out and denounced him? No. And I'm just tired of playing this goddamn game with these fucking people. And that's partially why I'm done with the Republicans, because all it seems they really want to do is play nice and lose valiantly. Controlled opposition. When was the last time they proposed an offensive bill? When was the last time they said, okay, AOC, you want to ban cows and cars and oil and all kinds of stupid shit? You want to ban bonfires? While you're flying in your private jet, by the way, but you want to ban all that shit? Okay, you stupid bitch. We're going to propose a bill that mandates legally that every American citizen after the age of 18 has to have a license to carry if they're allowed to. When was the last time they did that? When was the last time these fucking pieces of shit that are supposed to represent you and I went on the offensive? We can't. We don't have the numbers. But when you had the numbers, you didn't do a fucking thing. You were too busy trying to play nice. The Republicans, I've said this once, I'll say it again, they have become obsolete by their own actions. They have become antiquated by their own actions. There has to be another alternative. I don't understand why people are married to the idea of this party, even popular political commentators. Oh, we gotta take the House back in 2024. And that's insane to me. You just watch these motherfuckers steal an election. You can't say steal an election. You watch them defraud the election process. But like good lemmings, let's just go out there and, but they won't cheat this time. What the fuck, man? Go fuck yourself. You know what? Well, I guess we did go a little hog wild today, but fuck it, man. Because I'll tell you what. Is there anybody left in a position of influence that's got a set of fucking balls? And you know what? Maybe you can attribute this to today's man being socialized to give in. Huh. Being socialized to not compete. Being socialized to be docile. It's fucking embarrassing. It's fucking embarrassing. The greatest nation that's ever existed on this godforsaken planet bowing down to a fucking nation of... Okay, I censored that word. Tiny, diminutive, just weird. These people eat dogs. Like, what the... They basically live in a tundra, just shitting coal emissions into the air. AOC and that stupid bitch. What's that dumb bitch's name that dropped out of high school, but somehow she gets to sit in with world leaders? That's why I want to hear another fucking thing from women about how it's so hard. This is a sexist society. A sexist society. You kiss my fucking ass. You know what? And I said this before. You so much as push a woman and she falls. You can go to church after that, become a pastor, devote your life to a battered women's shelter, do a complete 180. Become a donor to all these stupid female groups, to make dumb bitches rich so they can go buy mansions. You can do all of that shit, but you know what you can't do? You can no longer legally own a firearm because of that one thing you did a long time ago. Sexist society. But you know what? If you go out and diddle a child, you'll serve your time, you'll come out of jail, but you're still allowed to have sex. You're still allowed to maintain your sexual reproductive organ. That doesn't get taken away from you. So you go fuck yourself, because we put you stupid bitches above children. And what? Now you listen to them bitch and complain about how hard this world is, when all men have really done since the beginning is bend over backwards to give these people what they want for relatively nothing. Relatively, it's triangular shaped. It's below the waist. Not too far, though. That's all you got to give. And we'll give you every fucking thing else. I'm getting off topic. I'll come back to that later in a different episode. Back to fucking China. You've got to be fucking kidding me. John Cena, Mr. America, right? Mr. Salute the fucking flag. Mr. G.I. fucking Joe. Mr. Marine. Mr. This is for the troops. What a fucking piece of shit. And you know what? I was never a big John Cena fan. I'm not going to lie to you. This isn't, revisionist history because I'm upset. I was never a big John Cena fan. He always seemed like a fake to me. And look, from the limited time I spent in the wrestling industry, I can tell you this. Even on the micro level that where I was. It's nothing but a bunch of fuckboys, kiss asses, pussies, and wannabe tough guys. You get far, you kiss ass. Or, So, at that level, and, people have heard rumors about Shawn Michaels and Pat Patterson. I don't know. Not speaking on that. Don't know. Wouldn't surprise me, though. I once had a fucking match with some guy. I'm not going to name his fucking name. And that's one of the reasons I respect Brock Lesnar. Because, from all intents and purposes, you hear these wrestlers talk about him. He's an asshole. He just kind of shows up and then he leaves. Yeah, because you know why? You're all a bunch of fucking pussies. You're all a bunch of wannabe tough guys. Never got in a real fight. And you see it even down in the independent circuit, especially down in the independent circuit, because they're trying to make it up to the top. So there's a lot of backstabbing, a lot of politics, a lot of, I belong to this group, so you should give me privileges. Oh, I'm a gay wrestler, so you got to book me. But anyway, I had a match with this one fucking guy. And, there's some give and take with it. When you're putting a match together, you just kind of, look, the way I was taught, you try to tell a specific story, and then you match everything to that story. Now, a lot of these guys down here, they just want to do a couple of moves because they can make them look good. I just want to make sure I do this. Okay, fine. Well, this one motherfucker wanted to do, and this is kind of a deep dive. I don't know if you guys, some of you may be familiar with this. You can YouTube this, and you can see how dangerous this is. This move is called a Canadian Destroyer. It is basically a flipping pile driver. For those of you know what a pile driver is. If you don't, please look it up. It's worth looking up. It's made famous, I believe, by a guy named P.D. Williams. So we're at a show. There can't be more than 20 fucking people there. And this guy is maybe 5'9", all of 320 pounds. He is a meatball. Me, I'm about 6'4" and 3/4 inches, and at that time I was about 250. So the physics of that don't really make sense to begin with. But anyway, this motherfucker wanted to give me that move, and I said, fuck no. Yeah, no. Sorry, I want to be able to walk. You don't look athletic in the least bit. I mean, maybe you could throw some popcorn and catch it in your mouth. I don't really count that as athleticism. You probably do. I mean, So I said, nah, I'm not going to do it, man. Dude copped an attitude. He was like, that's not how we do things. That's how I do shit. I don't know what to tell you. You can try it in the ring. I wouldn't recommend it. Well, long story short, this guy threw a hissy fit, went and told another grown man about what happened. Tattletale. You don't want to take this move from me. So the guy came up to me and was like, hey, man, I heard you're not really working with your guy. No, I'm working with him, but I'm not taking his fucking move. And I'll tell you that too. So he, like most of these passive-aggressive bitches that are in wrestling, he's back behind this other man talking under his breath. So I stepped through the other guy and I walked to him and I'm like, hey, so do you say something? You have something to say to me? Talk to me. I'm right here. Oh, well, I just think that's bullshit. Okay, well, I'm not taking it. Now what? Do I have to fight you and beat your ass so you understand that you can't, just because you're winning in this little show we're putting on, doesn't actually mean you can beat me. But I'm happy to conduct that experiment with you and file the results. Under A for fucking ass whipped. So it doesn't surprise me that a fuckboy like John Cena would do something like this. That a fuckboy like The Rock, DJ, Dwayne Johnson would do some shit like that. You know how he threw his support behind Joe Biden right before the election. Mr. I was a conservative. I voted for George Bush, but this is We have to come together. We have to heal. Meanwhile, Portland is still burning. Meanwhile, shots at George Floyd fucking Boulevard, whatever horseshit monument they have for that piece of fucking shit. If you missed yesterday's broadcast, please, we sent him off the right way. 2 flushes, because that was a pretty big turd. So it doesn't surprise me that you have people like this. What does surprise me, however, is the fact that we still don't have a bill for secession. We cannot function with these people anymore. Where did that go? You know, they were all gung-ho about that right after the election. That's what I'm talking about with Republicans. You know, they just kind of hear, they kind of hear the crowd, attempt to pander, wait for everybody to die down, and then go back to business as usual. But again, I'm digressing. I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep it on fucking John Cena. What a ballless... I mean, is there anybody left in Hollywood? In the mainstream? Because I know regular guys, working men, we got our heads on straight, and that's seems to be par for the course. But is there anybody left with any kind of status, any kind of celebrity that's got a pair of swinging balls? Or are all of those made in China now? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. It was a little spicy. No, fuck it. I don't fucking apologize. These guys, man. And these are the people who represent us. You know, that quote, and I believe it was Alexander who said it. I do not fear a group of lions being led by a sheep, but I do fear a group of sheep being led by a lion. America's the biggest, baddest pride of lions that's ever existed. Period, point blank. But Mr. Magoo, King Biden, you will never hear me refer to him as president because he didn't win the election. It was fixed and stolen, and he usurped power. So he's King Biden. King Biden, when he wakes up from, I don't know, his 18th nap today, and he reads this news, what is he going to do? Is he going to intervene on behalf of John Cena? Is he going to say, hey, Xi Jinping, our citizens don't have to apologize to you for shit. You need to apologize to the rest of the world. As a matter of fact, what is going on over there? Maybe we all need to take a closer look at what's going on. No, he's not going to fucking do it. He's going to sweep it under the rug, just like he did when the gas line got fucking hacked, when the pipeline got hacked, when it got shut off. And he left it to that company, and the company paid. And I'm not mad at that company for paying the cyber terrorist who did that. I'm mad at Joe Biden for punting, for cunting. I'm mad at him for that. I'm mad at Joe Biden for not stepping to the forefront like a leader would do, like leaders in the past have done. He's had plenty of precedent for this. There have been plenty of case studies in this. We do not negotiate with terrorists, except when there are Democrats in charge. Asterisk. But you know what? You can't even say that because Democrats of the past haven't done it. It's this new wave of America sucks. America must be brought down. Oh, we were winning for so long. It's time for somebody else to step up. It's not fair. No. We need to be more minimalist. Fuck these people, man. Fuck every last one of them, and fuck everybody that voted for them. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for now. Man, I am heated, bro. I am fucking heated. Man. This is unreal. This is absolutely unreal. And to listen to these motherfuckers, hey, if I would have known that Joe Biden would have done this, I wouldn't have voted for him. Well, if that was your excuse for not knowing, why wasn't, if I have a family, I'm sorry, man, you take care of the kids and work. If that was your reality, if that was your excuse for not knowing shit, which I don't believe, but let's go with it. If that was your excuse for not knowing shit, then why wasn't that your excuse for not voting? Right? Let's follow the logic. If you don't know shit about it and you have the option to not engage, and you, by your own admission, haven't been paying attention, then why did you engage? It's a civic duty. Liberals don't believe in that. That involves belief in a higher sense of being. And these people are basically nihilists at this point. These people are only concerned with their hedonistic pursuits, with self-satisfying pursuits. So, not buying that. You voted Joe Biden because you bought into the orange man bad hysteria, which makes you an ignoramus, which makes you an enemy of America as far as I'm concerned. You can't now flip sides and say, well, I didn't know. You voted. So go fuck yourself. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in today. It was a little spicy, but fuck them. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. I'm sure it'll get a few thumbs down. Stick around. I'm sure things will only go further off the rails from here. And the more these things go off the rails, I'll tell you what, the fewer fucks I'm going to give. I'm looking around the room right now. I can't find a fuck left. I guess I've given them all out. Anyway, I will talk to you guys later on. Be good. Until then, peace.